Some positional training. We're going to do a breakdown of positional training. We're starting in mountain. I'm working with my son, who's a really good purple belt. He's 29 years old. I probably got about 20 pounds on him, but here we go. So the thing about training for mount is, if you're training in no gi, you can see here, I immediately give him the underhook. Because what we found is, if you don't have an underhook in no gi, in mount, if the person is any good at all at their escapes, they're going to get out pretty quickly. So since this is just positional training, I allow him to take the underhook right off the bat so I can learn how to escape when he has my arm underneath me as an underhook here. What you'll see is I even allow him to get my arm over my head, and then I'm going to try to escape. So I let him start getting my arm up, but if you can see, I grab the other side of my head here, and that creates a frame. Now I got under his neck. So even though he's got my arm up, he really can't get into an arm triangle. Now I got my bottom frame against his hip, and I'm trying to create some space, trying to get my legs back inside. I want to really know how to do a kipping escape, even if he has my arm. So I start kipping here. I start to make some progress, and I think, yep, I keep kipping. I'm trying to get my knees on the other side of his thighs. He's doing a good job of squeezing my thighs. I should be kipping more here. I start to kip, start to frame on that thigh. Even though my arm is over his head, I'm in a pretty decent position. Now I got my knee in front of his thigh and the other side of his thighs. So now I can face him. I'm not in a strong position yet. Now I frame under his neck, and I'm able to face him, and I get my feet in front, and we consider that an escape. My foot's cramping, that's why I'm slapping my foot on the ground. I'm dehydrated, I gotta get into shape. I'm already cramping right into the beginning of this training. Insane. So I'm gonna try to, here what I'm trying to do is, you notice I bring my knee back down. I don't have an underhook. So my strategy here is to move down to start to control his hips, regain an underhook, and then maybe get back to mount. Let's see what happens. Well, it didn't work out. He almost immediately escaped. So you see, it's really difficult to hold the person down if you don't have an underhook. So I try to get to a knee fold pass here. He's starting to get up. I'm trying to control him. I'm trying to break him down here. He's 4-pointed. He's already up onto his feet. I get him back to 4-point. He tries to Granby, but I unlock my hands and recover. He comes back up. He tries another Granby. I unlock my hands and I stay with him. Now he manages to stand all the way up, and he frees himself. So now we switched. So after we did some mount training for about 5 minutes, then we switched to turtle. So the way this starts is I'm in turtle position. He has one hand on my waist. He doesn't have a seatbelt or anything. And then we go from here. So my strategy is to 4-point. I'm trying to 4-point immediately, get off my knees and see if I can get up and escape. I get to the 4-point. Now I'm trying to fight his grips. I'm trying not to let him step in front of me and knock me forward, trip me forward. So I'm blocking that knee. I just try to hit a roll. So what did I do there? I felt that he was a little outside my hips, and I might be able to do a far side roll, but he covered my hips enough. But if you see here, I have a little height on him. So I have an opportunity here where I might be able to create some space and escape. See, he's not in the perfect position. My head's a little bit higher than his. I'm gonna try to get into a switch. I can't do it. Now I get guard, and then we're near the edge of the mat, so we just restart. So now I'm on top with him, and I'm trying to stay under his arms. He 4-pointed pretty easily. He's trying to do some rolls. I'm staying behind him. I'm trying to get some kind of hook in here. I stay under his arms. See, when I have both arms under his arms, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to fall off the top, and a little bit more difficult for him to escape. I have a good grip here, but I have to get better at my mat returns. I'm not doing enough to off balance him. I don't have enough mat return attempts here. It's really making it too easy for him. I tried a little bit of foot sweep, get him distracted a little bit. See, this is the problem. If you're not confident, see, I try this drop knee Tayatoshi, but I don't step across his legs enough with my leg. So I just have to improve my technique with that mat return. But, I'm stubborn and persistent, so I'm staying with him. That was a little bit better attempt, but I wasn't able to pull it off, so I have to practice those, drill those mat returns better. And then he squares up and gets out. Here I go. At 4-point, I get up pretty quickly. I'm trying to drive my elbow. See that? I'm trying to drive my right elbow inside his bicep. If I can start to create that wedge, I can start to break his hands apart. He's able to get me back down. I tried that far side roll because I thought he was a little to one side of my body, but he ends up getting the pin. So we consider that the end of the round if he gets to a pin. He sits. I'm able to throw one foot in. Pretty excited about that, but I'm staying under his arm. So, man, if I could get my other foot in and get back control, I would be very happy. But I can't do it. He's too good. He's not letting me do that. Now he's got height on me. If I don't get up, I'm going to lose. And he got height, so I lost the position. Here I go. 4-point, almost immediately. He does this. See this? That's called a broomstick mat return, where he put his leg through my leg and his foot reached my other leg, and then he hopped backwards and he put me down. That was a very effective mat return for him. But I still have decent height, so I think I have a chance of escaping. So he doesn't win this round unless he either pins me or gets back control. So now I got into some kind of butterfly guard. I don't want to stop moving. I don't want to concede. I want to try to get top position here. He's very tough here in this knee fold pass now. He's got his weight on my legs. He's basically, he's dominating me here. I can just recover some kind of guard, and then he gets finally to his pin.